Boris. He's trying to control the world, sticking his nose in people's business where it's not you. But I tell you now, it's time to leave it tariffed as well.
We just haven't experienced anything like this before. I mean, we were always told that free trade was the way the world should be going, and Trump is kind of upending that.
If you're running a small business, how can you absorb all of this? It's very worrying for a lot of people.
It's a disaster. It's bad for the entire world. I'm shocked that American people, I thought they were smarter than this.
There's going to be repercussions for the United States because China have already said they're going to increase their tariffs. I think it put America into a recession.
Trump is terrible. The day of the Tarrifs comes to mind, not the day that tariffs.
The stock market does not lie. If it goes down 1,000 or 1,500 points in one day, it's an economic indicator that people with the knowledge are very worried about what's happening. And that's what happened today.
Stocks on the market and everything else. I don't want to hurt that either, but sometimes you have to give to receive.
I expect it to go down, and I expect it to go down that drastically.
I pay attention to the tariffs. If they can bring more jobs to American people in the United States, then I think it's great. But I don't want to see it to hurt the people in the United States.
I'm concerned. I mean, over 80 years, we've had trade partners that we trusted, and they trusted us, and we've lost that over the course of 2 months or a month.
I feel nervous for our household budget. With 2 kids, I wonder what our grocery bill is going to be like. I wonder if we can afford to upgrade our car when it breaks.
What overseas is doing to the United States, that's wrong. Whether it's any kind of business, whether it's your business, my business, or anybody, that's wrong. And hopefully these tariffs, I know what he's trying to do. These tariffs will help the people with businesses, break the business stronger, make the people that's working and everything else, they can come back and make a decent living.
There's never been a aspect of where a tariff is considered good economic policy.
Look at 1929, Great Depression. That's the last time we did across the board massive tariffs was 1929, and there were breadlines. Tariffs have never worked out.
Shoppers are expected to pay more for everyday products like coffee, fresh produce, and toilet paper in the coming weeks, according to one trade group. Long term, as prices from everything to groceries to furniture to clothing and shoes go up, the total impact from all of Trump's tariffs could cost the average household $3,800 per year, according to another analysis. President Trump telling Americans the economy needs this.
It's a sick patient that went through an operation on Liberation Day.
While the president downplayed the stock market slide, financial experts aren't so sure.
I'd say buckle up. Until the president finds a way to take some of these tariffs back, I think we're going to have a bunch of really bad days in the stock market and even worse days in the economy.
JP Morgan predicting a 60% chance of a global recession this year if Trump's tariff plan continues.
Throughout the world, there's a growing realization that the way to prosperity for all nations is rejecting protectionist legislation and promoting fair and free competition. Now, there are sound historical reasons for this. For those of us who lived through the Great Depression, the memory of the suffering it caused is deep and searing. And today, many economic analysts and historians argue that high tariff legislation passed back in that period, called the Smoot-Hawley Tariff, greatly deepened the Depression and prevented economic recovery. You see, at first, when someone says, let's impose tariffs on foreign imports, it looks like they're doing the patriotic thing by protecting American products and jobs. And sometimes for a short while it works, but only for a short time. What eventually occurs is, first, homegrown industries start relying on government protection in the form of high tariffs. They stop competing and stop making the innovative management and technological changes they need to succeed in world markets. And then, while all this is going on, something even worse occurs. High tariffs inevitably lead to retaliation by foreign countries and the triggering of fierce trade wars. The result is more and more tariffs, higher and higher trade barriers, and less competition. So soon, because of the prices made artificially high by tariffs that subsidize inefficiency and poor management, people stop buying. Then the worst happens. Markets shrink and collapse, businesses and industries shut down, and millions of people lose their jobs. The memory of all this occurring back in the 30s made me determined when I came to Washington to spare the American people the protectionist legislation that destroys prosperity. Now, it hasn't always been easy. There are those in the Congress, just as there were back in the 30s, who want to go for the quick political advantage, who risk America's prosperity for the sake of a short-term appeal to some special interest group, who forget forget that more than 5 million American jobs are directly tied to the foreign export business, and additional millions are tied to imports. Well, I've never forgotten those jobs, and on trade issues, by and large, we've done well.